Hello everyone, welcome to Nanotech YouTube channel. Today we are going to develop this part which we call it as Rainhood. So these Rainhoods are normally connected in the aspiration system after the centrifugal fan you can see. So from here the air is passing and it's going out from this side. So actually the function of Rainhood is to avoid the rainwater coming inside this aspiration system and it can damage our equipment. So today we will be discussing how we can develop this Rainhood in Creo Parametric 9.0. So let's start with the development of this equipment. So let's start with the development. This is our drawing which we are going to prepare first. So we will start with the new command, then part solid. I will uncheck the default template and we will choose MMNS solid part ABS, part solid ABS. So this is our initial interface of Creo parametric. So first let's start with the front plane. So I will choose the revolve command and I will draw a center line first like this and this. Okay, so then we will choose the line command and I will draw a rough sketch, something like this, and I will make it a closed loop. Then we need to give the dimensions here. So let's start with this one. So the diameter is 950 millimeters. So I need to take the half of it, which is 950 divided by 2, 475. So this measurement will be 475. Okay. Then I will check the this dimension. What is the height? Which is actually half of L1. So for that I need to first see the L1 which is 1970 and I will minus L3 here. So again I will use the calculator. So 1970 minus 100 divided by 2. So 930 would be the length of this one 930, and similarly the bottom one will also be 930. Okay, so now I need to see the dimension from this point to this point. So I will again take the sorry. So I will again take the dimension from this line to this line, and this I need to see. So it will be half of dia A. So dia A is 1460. So I will take 1460 half. So that would be 730. So I will change it to 730. So this is almost done now. Now I will click the OK and you can see the body of the Rainhood is prepared now, and I will say OK here. Okay. So on the top side, I need to make the holes here for the air to be coming out of this Rainhood. So this I will leave it like this and I will add the shell command here for shell. So I will click here. The thickness is mentioned here, it's 1.25. So I will mention here 1.25 and I will say OK. So now you can see it is a shell inside. From the top, it's closed. This one. Okay. So now I need to make a pattern here. So what can I do? I can make an additional plane here. So let me make a plan. So I need the plan placement from this way upward and I need to know the height. So the height will be L1 minus L2 divided by 2. So let's see, L1 is 1970 minus L3 divided by 2. So 935 would be the height of it. So I will add here 935. So you can see another plane is created here. So I will say OK. OK. So now I need to use the extrude cut on this plane. OK. So first I will draw a line here starting from this point till this point. Now we need to make some holes here like this. So the intermediate distance is not a problem. Important is to have the correct dimension and all holes are equal. So they will look more or less similar to each other. Because the idea is only to take the exhaust air out. So now the holes are created and I will delete this line or I can assign it as for construction only. So now I will click OK and you can see the extrusion command is applicable here. I will now change the dimension, change the direction and I will flip it and I will remove material. Okay, so you can see the remove material is removed now and I will say OK. Okay. So in this way you can make the holes above here and then we will use the pattern command and I will choose the axis here. So I will give the axis and you can see it is rotated. So I will not use the angle between members. So I will use the angular extent to 360 and here I will change the number of members to 30 and you can see this is generated here and I will say OK. Okay, so you can see now it is now hollow from inside and from this side the holes are generated for the air to be coming out. So now I need to make another plan here to draw it further. So for drawing the plan, I will select again the plan. I will choose this plan. And now you can see at 935 it is giving this plan. So I will simply say OK here. So we are having now an additional plan here. So now I need to as you can see from this drawing, now I need an extrusion inside and outside as well. So let's do that. Okay, so first I will draw a circle here like this and the dimension of this circle would be this. I can check from here. Okay, so the diameter I need it as D, that is 950. Okay, so this is done now. Now I will say OK and I will extrude it to L3 dimension, which is 100. So I need to go to 100 and I will thicken the sketch to 1.25 and I will say OK. You can see internally there is a profile created similar to our design, this one. So now I need again an extrude command to make the outer edge. So I will go to extrude, I will click this plane and I will again make a circle from the center. So it would be 760. Okay, so this you can see it is equal to the inlet of the Rainhood. So I will say OK. Now I need to go into deep L2, which is actually 100 millimeter. So I will say 100 millimeter here, and you can, or I can change it to 150. So this looks better now, and I will click OK here. So now you can see it is more or less equal to this one. Okay. So now I need to make a cutout here for the holes given in the drawing. So these holes I will keep it as 8 into 20. So 20 will be my diameter, and then I will prepare the plan first, which will be offset from here to, you can see. So I need the half of this. So I will go here. So the D is 950. So I need half of this D. That should be 475. So I will say 475 here. Okay. So this is somewhat at offset level from this body. So this should be fine for me. So I will click OK. Now I will again make the extrude command to this plane, and I will choose a circle here like we were doing it before, and this dimension we will keep it as 40, and I will say OK. So now you can see the extrusion command has worked here. So this one I will say to next, and then I will remove material, and you can see the hole is created here, and I will click OK. Okay, so you can see the hole is prepared here. Now we need to pattern it. So I will go to pattern, and I will choose the axis dimension, this one, and I will go to angular extent, and the number of members I will keep it as 10. So you can see the holes are generated now, and they are 10 in number. So I will say OK. So now you can see all these holes are created. That's what we want in our Rainhood. So after doing this, I will save this pattern, and now we need to draw a internal diamond, this one. So once the diamond is created, we will assemble it. So let's save this part as part number 1 to the documents, and we will open a new one. So new, again part, uncheck this one, solid, MMNS, part solid ABS. Okay, so for this one again we will choose the front plane and revolve command. Again I need a line command, and I will start it with the rough dimension like this, and then we will make the dimensions here. So starting from the drawing, this distance I would like to keep it as half of C. So the C is 1091. So 1091 by 2, 545.5. Okay. So now I need to know the dimension from this point to this point here. So the height here is h1. H1 is 121. So I will change it to 121. Now I need to check this dimension. So starting from this point to this point. So the lower dimension I will keep it as H2 647, and I will click here and I will enter here. So the diamond part is almost complete. So I will quickly draw the center line here, which I forgot to draw first, and I will click OK. So you can see the diamond is created now and it looks fine. So I will click OK here. Now in order to assemble this diamond inside the rain hood, I need to draw some supports here. So for drawing the support, I will again use the extrude command. I will choose this plane. So we will draw the support here somewhere, just so that this is in line with our rain hood body. Something like this, like this, like this. Now this is a closed loop. This one I will increase it to 120, and this is okay. 85 should be okay, and I will click OK. So now you can see it is extruded. This one I will keep it as 4. The rest is okay. So I will click OK here. So this is our support, and this is the face selected. So I will extrude here. So define. So this one, and I will say sketch. So here I will take so this is actually the support. So I will take the reference here and I will draw it something like this, and I will say OK. So now you can see the support is created, and this one I will not keep it more than 4 millimeter, and I will click OK. So now you can see the support is created here. Now I need at least 4 supports around the diamond, so I will go to pattern command and I will choose the axis one, and I will use this axis. So angular extent I don't need, so 4 members are okay. So I will click OK. So now the base plates are patterned. Now I will click this item and I will go again to the pattern command, dimension, axis, again the 4 members, and I will choose this axis and I will say OK. So now you can see the 4 commands are complete now. So this is all done for the diamond. Now I will save this as part number 2. Now I will go to new and we will do assembly. Okay, so this is the assembly mode. So first I will go to assembly. I will add this part number 1, which was actually the rain hood. So I will simply click OK here. Then I will input the part number 2. Here it is. So I don't need to do much. I will just put 2 constraints here. Coincidence. So first component I will select the axis of this one should be aligned to the axis of this rain hood. So it is almost in position, but the height is not correct. So I will simply change its height manually here somewhere. I just need to see. Okay. So this plane should be coming somewhere here. And I will click OK. So you can see the diamond is here. And I will just uncheck all the planes. And you can see the diamond is created. The inside plate, holes, everything is created. The diamond body you can see from these holes, and from downside you can see the diamond is settled inside with some additional 4 supports. So now what we can do, we can just change the appearance here a little bit to have a better overview about the construction of this. So let me change it to the other one. So this one maybe. Okay. Okay. So the Rainhood is complete now. If you want to see it in section, you can just go to section, choose X direction, and in this way you can see the inside of the diamond, inside of the Rainhood. So you can see the diamond is intact inside. The upper side is free to take the exhaust air out, and in this way you can see the internal side of the diamond. Okay, so that's all for today. So the Rainwood is complete. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked the video. Please like, share and subscribe my YouTube channel. Thank you so much.